The story is about a time in my life when I felt like my life was loveless. I didn't even really know how to comprehend the meaning of love or what it felt like because I had never been loved. Now, granted, I had family members and family and all of that, but as far as like really truly understanding what love was, I had no comprehension of it because I'd never felt it. And so I go on this journey and I start praying all the time. And I used to live on the lake and I would go out at night and I'd stare at the stars and gaze into the lake and I'd pray. And I'd pray and I'd pray and I'd pray and I'd pray and I'd pray. And I would ask God, please send me somebody that will love me, bring love into my life. And so one day I was outside and I was against this tree and I was just crying and begging God, please help me. I'm out there and begging God, looking at the stars, sitting behind this tree that had like a double trunk. Suddenly I hear this voice that says, go and meditate. And so I rush inside thinking, oh my goodness, God's going to give me the answers. He's going to tell me how I'm supposed to find my new love, how this is about to happen for me. I was fixing to get a message. And when I went to go meditate, I couldn't concentrate. And so I was frustrated because I felt like, oh no, I'm not going to hear God's voice. He's not going to give me those answers. So I sat up in the bed because I thought that I heard something going on in the bathroom. It sounded like water was running. And in my mind, I thought maybe my teenage son had used the wrong bathroom. So I sit up in the bed and I see this man standing in the doorway. And imagine that you're sitting there in your bed and there's this man standing in the doorway. And in my mind, I knew immediately that it was a visitation. He started to approach me and said, I have a message for you. You need to write a book about love. Instead of being scared, he even asked me if I was scared. Why aren't you scared? And I said, oh, because I've got crystals everywhere. I've got this place like so cleansed and you wouldn't be able to enter here if you weren't, godly. So I'm ready for this grandiose message about how I'm going to find love. And instead, he tells me to write a book about love. Just imagine how frustrated I might have been. I was so frustrated. I told him he picked the wrong person. And oh my God, this started this whole journey for me because in the end, I ended up asking for him to bring me back a messenger. I went back and prayed about it, and the kind of messenger I ended up getting that worked with me for 3 years ended up being a monk. It is the most amazing, mystical, beyond comprehension story that you will ever hear. And it took me years to write this. I mean, this happened like 20 years ago. I mean, it was a long time ago. I had the hardest time with actually writing this story. I wrote it over and over again, this whole 3-year, journey that I went on with this monk and all the spiritual things that happened in this elevation of consciousness that happened to me. It took me a really long time because I felt like it was such a vulnerable place for me to get into. I was afraid if I told the story that I would get judged, that, the more conservative religious people would basically start, putting crosses on me or something. In the very beginning of the book, I really kind of let people know that I was very, very Christian. But I also believed a little bit of esotericism, and I had this idea that God could talk to you. And I had heard it. I had heard God's voice before. So for me to get a visitation, for him to send me a messenger who I thought was an angel, to show up, or to actually put somebody in a body to teach me and help me to bring this love into my life, to show me how to write this book, to tell me what the message was, to to take me down this journey ended up being something that really surprised me. So I think you're going to really enjoy this book and understand it took me like a long time to write this because I was petrified, but I finally let go of my fear and decided the message needed to be put out there. That mysticism, magic, miracles, the power of prayer, it's real and it can happen for anyone.